A website is helping resurrect information and government pages that have been taken offline in the early days of the new Trump administration. These include agencies ranging from the Justice Department to the CDC. The online archive Wayback Machine lets users see past versions of web pages, keeping potentially important information accessible. So to break down how this works, let's bring in CBS News confirmed executive editor Rona Tarrant, who joins us here in Studio 57. First off, walk us through this process.
So it sounds kind of complicated going into the Internet Archives to pull up what you need, but it's actually pretty simple. So I'll give you one example. So last month, there were a lot of claims about USAID that I was trying to fact check, particularly around its spending in Zimbabwe. So I tried to go on the website to pull up what it had said, but the website was offline. So it's actually pretty simple how you can go and find what that website looked like before. The first thing you do is you just go to archive.org. Now, this is what houses the Wayback Machine. Now, on that page, you see at the very top, there's like a search bar. Kind of looks like a Google search bar. Now, in that, you put your URL in. So in this case, it was usaid.gov/Zimbabwe. And you hit search, which brings you to step 2. Now, that brings you to a page that basically says, yes, we have it, or no, we don't. Now, you can see here, there's a timeline, which is great news. It saved the page around 73 times, dating back as far as 2013. So it has many, many saves of this page. Now, because I wanted to see the most recent version of it, I clicked on January 2025, which takes me to step 3, which actually shows me what the website looked like before it went offline. So it's a really straightforward thing you can do. If you're searching online, you come across a website, you get a 404, go to the Wayback Machine, and it will give you potentially what the website used to look like.
What type of information is being preserved?
So the Wayback Machine kind of saves everything and everything. It sort of has 2 ways of saving things. One, it has like this bot that basically goes around the internet all day long, saving web pages into it. So like this is 24/7. It saves billions of pages. It has over 900 billion pages.
Wow.
But also regular people can just go in and save a web page as well, which is really great. But let's just talk about the government websites, because it's not unusual for an administration to change web pages. This happens all the time. What's different this time is the speed of it, because obviously Trump had issued an executive order ordering federal agencies to remove references to some gender ideology on these websites. Now, the federal agencies were given a really tight timeline. So what happened there was a lot of these websites took down pages really quickly. That includes, for example, like census.gov, also the CDC. So with the CDC, they actually took down a lot of web pages that had health information in them. Now, a federal judge ordered them to put that back up. And in his ruling, he said, like, this is important information. It needs to be accessible to the public. As I also just mentioned, USAID's website, that is still pretty much offline. Like, if you go on that website now, you'll be able to see just a page basically about the pause in workers. So you can't actually see what was on the website.
Okay.
But if you go on to Wayback, you can see it there. So it's a way of keeping this information accessible to the public.
What is the history of the Wayback Machine?
So it's been around since 2001, almost 25 years, and it's set up by the Internet Archive. So the whole idea is, like, there's this idea of, like, if it's on the internet, it's forever. Not necessarily. So Pew Research Center did a study where they found that in the last 10 years, 38% of web pages that were viewable in 2013 are no longer viewable. So a lot of this stuff goes offline. It's called digital decay. So the whole idea is this stuff kind of goes offline. So it's important for like people like me who need to access this stuff, obviously historians, researchers, but also the public, keeping in mind this is a public record. And it's important for future generations to be able to access it.
Really important information. Rona Tarrant, thank you so much.
Thank you.